Hey guys, we are here today with our prototype for Eternal Quest of Legends. My name is Oscar. I have Wesley here with me, right there. And we're just going to show you our first prototype. We're really excited about this. We've been putting all these pieces together for a while. A lot of you have play tested and we're so appreciative of that. So let's just jump right into it. So the company we went with to do this is called Launch Tabletop. Now, a lot of what you're seeing here on the box is subject to change, but we're just trying to get a sense of the build quality of the product that they offer, and we're really happy with it. The box is solid, it feels good, it's got good weight to it, and I think this is probably about the size that we're going to go with for the box. But the front image, that's going to change. We're going to have an image that's made specifically for the box. This back will all get reworked and everything. But again, this was more of us just seeing, is this the quality of the product that we wanted to go with? All right, so let's pop this sucker open and see what's inside. Nothing better than unboxing and unwrapping a brand new product. It's got a nice matte finish to it. It's looking all good. Slide the top off here. All right, and there's everything we have to offer. All right, Wesley, could you take care of this one, please? So right off the bat, we'll get started with these accessories here. So originally, when we were doing this, we were going to have these bags in here. We were thinking you could store some of the pieces in the bags, the cards in another bag. I don't think we're going to do that, so final product will not have this. If you guys have any ideas or you think that's a good idea, let us know. We're always looking for feedback on that, but as of right now, we're thinking we're probably just going to skip those. All right, let's do the rule books next. So we have two different rule books here. The first one is the rules and guides, so that's how to play, how to set up the game, what a turn looks like, and the second one is the card guide. So this one here, pop it open. Of course, you have to begin with lore. Everybody knows the lore is so important, and we know you all read the lore cover to cover, and thank you for that. That's great. But then it just goes through your game components here, tells you everything that's actually included within the box, the objectives, how to win. It talks about the different types of cards and things you'll be encountering, and it goes through everything that you'll actually need to play the game. So the phases of the game, information about each faction and what they do, all the actions you can take. So these are all the terms that you'll see as you're playing the game on the different cards. It tells you how to set up the game board, what each area of the game board looks like. And it talks about the card counters, and this is something that I don't know if anybody's actually ever seen before, so we'll show those off in a little bit. But on this base version of the game, you'll have these different card counters rather than the rolly counters that a lot of you have played with. It tells you how to set up the game, start the game, what a player turn sequence looks like, and then how to end the game. And then on the back, we just have all of our information to our socials and our Discord and things like that. Now the card guide, this is all the details about each different type of card. So we'll have your legends and your structures here. On the left, it just has a breakdown of what each part is pointing to over here on the card. And then the next page is just all those different interactions. So choosing your legend, ranking up. So all the things that you'll encounter while using those types of cards, that's all listed here. Then it goes to our followers, tells you all the information about them, the different things you can do with followers, encounters, same thing, different things you can do with them. And also it gives you some insights here. So all these little insight boxes are just kind of little tips and tricks that'll help you better understand the cards or use the cards better, however they can be used the best way. The events here, different types of events that we have. Our trinkets, so all the different trinkets we have, how to use them, how to use ultimate actions, all that kind of stuff. And then lastly, the phase cards. It explains how the phase cards work, what you need to do with them. And then this last page here, this is something new. So this is our detailed card guide. So those cards that you can read and you might have some questions about, or they might be a little confusing, you can look back here and we have a number of different cards here that go into a lot more detailed explanation about how to work them if you have questions about that. And then on the back there is our quick reference, so that'll tell you just how to play a turn, and it gives you some quick terminology. So you can have this open, have that closed there, have this open if you're looking at different things, so you can have that quick reference guide there. We were almost afraid that these were going to be too small, but after we got these, this is like the perfect size, nice and compact, and it fits right in the box there. Okay, So we got dice for each player, a couple different dice there. All you need now is a D20 and a D4. I know a lot of you have probably played before, and we had a full set of dice there, and every time you did something, you had to roll something different. So we've simplified it a lot. We have these little square counters here, so this will be used for the card counters, so you use these on the cards to track everything. And then we also have these poker trips. This is to show when something is disabled. Thank you for getting rid of that. These are way too big. This takes up, we'll just pull a card out here, the Apostate Sharpshooter, objectively the best card, no question about it. That's just too big. It takes up too much space. I think what we're gonna do is probably get these little cubes here, but in red, and then you can use that. So if somebody disables your action, you can set it on there. If they disable your trait, you can set it up there. And that'll just be a lot easier to handle than these big chips, but the idea is still the same. So that's all the accessories that'll come with that. Now let's get into some cards. So this is really cool because a lot of these cards that we've printed before, they were very dark. They were good quality prints, but it was really dark, and sometimes it was hard to see the image as much. But looking at these, they printed pretty much the exact same color as we see it on our computer screen when we're making the cards. So we have the nice color border. You can actually see the details in all the different cards. It's not too dark and it's not faded. And the quality of the card itself is just, that's a good flick right there. So these are great. We're really happy with the way these cards are turning out. We have our phase cards here. And then these are the counter cards that we were talking about. So if you purchase the base game, and we're thinking when we do our Kickstarter and everything, there'll probably be upgrades you can get. So if you want the rolling counters, you can do that. But these are the card counters. So each person will get a force counter and a charisma counter, and then you'll use these chips. So each turn, your chip will start there, and say you have 7 force on a turn, and then you have 4 charisma on a turn, you'll be able to move that. And then your reputation, and there's also a dominion counter, that's the same way. So you'll just move that, and as you upgrade, you'll just slide the cube along, and that's how you will keep track of your currency each game. Again, that's a way for us to easily fit everything inside the box. Like I said, this will probably be the base version of the game. So this is what it'll come with, and then we're gonna look into some more options for having upgraded counters and all that kind of stuff, as well as different play mats that some of you have seen and all kinds of cool stuff like that. But this is the base game right here. Like I said, we're really excited. This is our first prototype. This is the first time we've actually had the box in our hands, a full game all put together. We're really excited to move on from here. Now we got to tweak some stuff. Like I said, get some cover art. We're still working on getting more art made for all of our cards. But I think as far as mechanics go, we're just about done. We're really appreciative of everybody that's been with us so far. We've been working on it for probably about 1.5 years at this point. And just the feedback that you guys have given us and the time you've taken to play our game and give us feedback, that's what's gotten us to this point. So thank you so much, and stay tuned for more in the future. Whoopee!